Assalamu alaikum. This is Khondoker Mehadi and my ID is 183143103. My course name is Financial Derivatives and today my presentation topic is swap. First of all, we have to know what is swap. Swap is a derivative contract which generally two parties exchange the cash flows or liabilities from two different financial instruments. Most swap innovative swap cash flows based on national principle amounts such as a loan or bond, although the instrument can be almost anything. Introduced in the late 1980s, swap are a relatively new type of derivatives. Even though their relativity knew their simplicity, coupled with their extensive applications, makes them one of the most frequently traded financial contracts. Corporate finance professionals may use swap contracts to hedge risks and minimize the uncertainty of certain operations. For an example, sometimes projects can be exposed to exchange risks. The risk rate and the company's CFO may use currency swap contract as a hedging instrument. Unlikely futures and options, swap are not traded on exchange but over the counter, the OTC market. In addition, counterparties in swap are usually companies and financial organizations and not individual, because there are always a high risk of constantly counterparty in swap contracts. There are various types of swap available in financial derivatives. Swaps are the most modern financial markets employ a wide selection of such derivatives suitable for different purposes. The most popular types of included type of swap is four. First one is interest rate swap. Second one is currency swap. Third one is commodity swap, and the last one is credit default swap. The interest rate swap. Counterparties agree to exchange the stream of future contract into future interest payment for another based on the predetermined national principal amount. Generally, interest rate swap involve the exchange of a fixed interest rate for a floating interest rate. The fixed interest rate is the interest rate is almost changeable, and the floating interest rate is the current market position of the current market situation. It's vary. That is, today can be the interest rate is 8%. After one day, it can be 7% or 9%. Vary on the market situation. The second part of swap contract is currency swap. Counterparties exchange the principal amount and the interest payment denominated in different currencies. These contract swaps are often used to hedge another investment positions against the currency exchange rate of fluctuations. The currency exchange rate generally used to exchange one country currency to another country currency, and it's the process to maximize or minimize the rate of currencies. Generally, the currency rate fixed by lever, that is London Interbank Offered Rate, and another one is limit. Third one is commodity swap. The derivatives are designed to exchange floating cash flows that are based on a commodity's spot price for fixed cash flows determined by a pre-agreed price that is already fixed to a certain price that I committed to pay a rate in a future date. That is pre-agreed agreement to buy or sell any share. Despite its names, commodity swaps do not involve the exchange of the actual commodity. And the final one is credit default swap. A CDS credit default swap provides insurance from the default of a debit instrument. It may used to cover if the business can be default or can the business can every business has a risk. So insurance generally used to minimize the risk or a portion that is insured. Agency can provide the insurance company taken over the position that they are committed to pay the losses money for a certain agreement. The buyers of a swap transfer to the seller the premium payment that is also fixed in the CDS, the credit default swap. Applications of swaps. Nowadays, swaps are an essential part of modern finance. Generally, swap used for various functions. They can be used the following ways. It can be risk hedging, access to new market.